So today I'm going to making a little storage rack for my Orbital Sander. Just a cheap thing I picked up. I think it's a Harbor Freight. I don't remember if it's a Harbor Freight or for Walmart guy, but either way, it's a cheap guy. But for all of this, there's like 500 different sizes in here, types. So I'm going to make a nice little stand for that, or little thing that you've seen, 100 of them on there. Yeah, I'm just going to make a nice little holder for that. I don't know where it's going to live. It'll probably just get screwed into one of these studs here somewhere. I haven't even figured out where my workbench is going to be. I think it's going to be over on this side, but I'm not 100% positive yet because all I've got is a dining room table now. As you can see, this needs cleaned up. This is going to, once I finish putting it together, it's going to live underneath here with a little folding shelf underneath here, but I can't do that yet because I need to get the sandpaper done first, because some of the projects I've gotten need sand and I don't want to be digging in through that box all the time. This will be a quick one. I'm going to use some of this, I think it's 5mm plywood that I got. It was the cheapest thing they had for that size. I just needed some for building a stand for a table saw, and that's just going to be around the bottom of it as a little dust collecting, so this doesn't happen right here. And all this, I swept, so not too bad down there. But I'm going to do that later. This project is going to be for this sander and the sandpaper. So here we go, let's get started. So here's what I'm thinking. This sanding disc is good size for that. And I only have, check that in here. Okay, so I've got, I really should use my new arm for this. It's way over there. All I can do is move it. I'm just too lazy. Okay, there's some 800. Those are all 800s, 600, 320, 120, 80, 40, and that is currently it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types, but I go straight from 80 to 40, that's fine for me. 80 to 120, 80 to, or sorry, 120 to 320. I need to get a 240 slot in there. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different little slots. They don't need to be very high because there's not very much here. So if I cut this in half, cut this board in half, that'll be the two sides. And then I can use some of this for the back and each of the shelves, because it doesn't need to be that thick and sturdy. I mean, that'll work great. What I'll do is I will, like I said, cut this in half, and then either table saw, depending upon, or I'll use my router to route a little dado for those to slide into. The data is probably what's going to happen. I got, that'll be fun. I haven't done, I'll set that, I don't have my router in here, so I'll have to bring it out here. I just don't have a spot to put it. So I'm just going to have to put the bench grinder underneath there for now, my lathe tools underneath, just throw a piece of 2x4 underneath there, something to balance it on, I don't care. Something to get it out of the way. Hell, I can even put my wife's thing I'm going to make for her, put that down there, and just let it live on that for a few days until I get to that project. So next is I'm going to move my my camera arm somewhere over here so I can do better filming of this. bites. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing, just because I've never done it before, is put box joints on these, here and down here. Never done it before, so I figured what the heck, we'll play with that. So I brought my router table in, sitting on the floor. So it sits, what, a foot off the ground or so I have to sit in the floor and do it, or move the table saw down and then put the router table up. Haven't figured out which one I'm going to do yet, but so I need to make a quick jig for making box joints. Never done this before, so I'm going to make something similar to this. My router table came with a miter, and all I'm going to do is screw a piece of 1x whatever to it, just like I did here, and set it up that route. I'm hoping I have a 3/4 inch router bit. I don't know what size I've got. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll have to measure that one out. But that's 3/4 deep. That's 1/4 inch depth. So let's see if I got one that's 1/4 inch wide, or 3/4 inch wide, because that would work out best. I think that looks like that might be close. That might be close. Because if I got a 3/4 inch depth, then I can just use a piece of 1x. Look at that. That will be perfect. So I'll take a piece of 1x, another piece of scrap 1x, basically. So we'll just demonstrate here. So if I've got this in the router, and then I use, close the lid, this little peg to set the correct distance, then every time I step over, it'll leave that peg, or leave a finger in a blank like that. So that is 3/4 inch thick, it looks like, on the router bit here. So that'll work out awesome. I was hoping I had that one. So I'm going to just throw a quick jig together. I'll put a link to Stumpy Nubs. He made one, and it's basically the exact same thing I'm doing, using my my miter joint and a piece of 1x. So I'll throw a link of his in there, because that's all I'm going to do. Why make a video of that? It's going to take me a couple minutes to build, hopefully. So finger joints and this sandpaper holder. That will be, so I got to set up make a jig and set up my router table and get that going. You'll see that here soon. So there's the quick jig I made for making this box joint. It's off a little bit because it won't even fit together. It won't even fit together there. It's off. But in the process of using that, it knocked out that chunk there, this here. So yeah, I'm not going to go that route. I'm afraid I'm just going to keep breaking them, and I don't want to break up my good pieces here with chunks. So I'll probably just lay them on their sides, and I might run it like a groove on each of them there, or just attach them like that. I think I'll just attach them like that. We'll get this job done quicker. But I do need to run the dado in for the shelves to fit in, and that is going to be done on that guy down there. Just have to get that set up now. Okay, I got my boss out here today, so she's going to make sure I do these cuts correctly. Aren't you, baby? Look at that smile. She's going to make sure Daddy does her job right. Yeah, aren't you? Yeah. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sizes. So I've got my router table set up with my 1/4-inch bit in there, and I'm gonna. Oh, that was loud. This is just shy of a 1/4-inch thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do about a 1/4-inch up here, and then I need 8 different. So basically, like kind of like this. Be 1 there, and I need to measure up all the way up to the top and leave it at about maybe a 1/2 inch down or so. So my orbital sander, which I've lost, oh there it is, can live on the top of this when it's done. So I need to figure out how many I need how far to space the 8 shelves. So I gotta do some math and draw the lines, and then keep adjusting this fence correctly. And then, like right now it's set up for the 1/4 inch, so I'll just cut this one, then I'll cut the other side, and then the back, and get those 3 cuts, and then I'll move it up, adjust the fence slightly, so then I've got another one here, and move it again, move it again, move it again, move it again, all the way up until I get the whole set cut, and then I will worry about cutting that big guy later. Second pass. Not bad. Next side. That was the back, here's one side. There we go. So, bottom one, next shelf up, go up another 1.125 inches, all the way up. I should have it just right. They should line up great. So, yeah, I could have, it's going to overlap like that, so you're going to see that gap back here. But, just like so. Little tear out there, but I'll be in the back, so it'll look like this on that side. And then I can do a shelf right in each one of those. Should be good. And I lost my helper. That thing's just, once I turned it on for about 10, not even 10 seconds, just 2 seconds, I'm like, nah, that's too loud for my boss. I had to take her back, give her back to Mom. So this ain't, I can't have her out here in this. So here's what we got. This is probably the best looking one. Got enough dados cut in there, so when it mounts like this here, it'll be a nice little shelving unit going in there with that piece of pipe. Now the fun thing was, look at this. You see that? Let's see if I can see it on, yeah, so I'm back inside. When I was cutting that data, cutting it on the, can you see that down there? Let me check the screen. Yeah, you can kind of see my router table down here. The router bit came, so I was using my block to push it through. The router bit came shooting up, somehow it got loose, and oh, I got lights, excuse them. You can't really see, but there's a little nipple, little indent right there. Right like that. So had I been holding on to that, that would have shot right into my hand. So yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, look how horrible this is. I try to make a jig out of 2x4 and then putting a small, this little small block on there as a stop block. It was just allowing me to ride, and I mean, that looks like, sorry, that looks like shit. But it's the back piece. So I'm not too worried about it. You're not really going to see inside here because I mean, it's going to be like this. And then it's going to have a bunch of slats inside here, and then this is going to mount up against the wall anyway, so I don't care. So all I'm going to do is just glue up the side here, glue up that other side, slap some 1-inch brat nails into it, and let it dry. Use these clamps to help hold it. Somehow, there we go. So, I might use the clamps, I don't know. I'll put a link to those cheap clamps. Every something I found on Amazon for like $10. Okay, glue. Stupid. But at least it's holding. Should work. go let that glue dry and come back and measure the shelves in it. We'll be back once that glue's dry. Alright, it's had about 2 hours or so worth of time for the glue to dry. Like I said, I don't care about those holes. It's going to get mounted probably this direction, somewhere like this. So with all the little slats in there, you're not going to see that side that much. But now it's time, bright right, take this stuff back inside to my paint booth. This right here is my painting area. Let's find a good spot for it. There isn't a good spot for it. So I'm going to have to get some sacrificial pieces of lumber from over here. This little guy should work. So we will put this here, like that. That's good enough. Let's scoot it back just a tad. There we go. That'll work. It's on there. Oop, wait a minute. No, it didn't. There we go. Now I'm going to spray paint the heck out of it. This blue. Just going to use some Krylon. There is gloss True Blue. Same color I painted my cell phone and amp holder. So I'm just going to spray paint this thing blue and let that dry. It may take a couple coats, but the main thing I got to paint is the outside. Excuse me, the outside 3 sides. The inside's going to get a little bit. It's not really matter how good coated I get. All the shelves will be in and you won't see it as much. And same thing with the back. The back doesn't need to be painted at all. Just the 2 sides really, and then the fronts are here. And the top and, yeah, you know, the stuff. So I'm going to work on that. Once that's painted, I'll let you see what it looks like. Alright, there it is, painted blue. It's a little wet, but that's it. I just painted it, so of course it's wet. A little run right through here, but it's a shop thing. I don't care. It's not a customer project or anything like that. Although I'm not even making anything for customers. Running around the backside. I decided what the heck. We'll just go ahead and paint the back too. I don't know why. It's going to be up against the wall. You're not going to see it, but it's painted. But that is good enough. The only thing I didn't paint is underneath the bottom side down there. So that's not needed. So let that dry for a little while, probably till tomorrow or so, and then measure and cut the shelves. Okay, so what I did is I took my caliper thing here because of it's not exactly square. Oh well, so this is kind of bent in a little bit here. So I took the caliper back here and put it towards the back and got that measurement there. So now what I'll do is I pull this out. I now have that spacing in between, so you can see it good, in between there that I can measure. And we'll put you back in the holder here. There we go. So now I can take this measurement here to figure out how wide to cut my pieces. So that is 6 1/16. Yeah, so I'll make them right around 6. Now I'm going to spin you around. I'm going to cut that piece of plywood, measure in 6 inches, cut down. I'm going to, I'm not worried about taping it this time, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide a piece of plywood out the door, use my level right there, and my little jigsaw, and cut that. So, here we go. Oh, and by the way, today's music is, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, Sirion, S-I-R-I-O-N. I've been watching the TV show on History Channel called Alone, and one of the guys, Biko, that's on the show, B-I-K-O, is the vocalist for this band. So I figured, what the hell, I'll check it out. He never said on the show what his name of his band was, but, oh no, I take that back, this isn't them. Well, I've got it set up to their channel, so I'm going to have to wait till their song comes on, but figured I'd check out his stuff, see if I can. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Let's get this project going. So, oops. Here we go. Needs cleaned up, but it's not bad. I mean, you can see all the tear out right here. You see that? Yeah, look at that. But that's going to go against the backside, so I don't care. So I'm just going to make a measurement of how deep to go, because it'll go in this direction. You see that? Yeah, it'll go in this direction. So just got to measure out. Nope, take that back. That's this direction. So that's on the side. I need to clean it up there. Let's see what this is, this band here. This is the guy. This is the band from Malone. Should go in this direction here. Just like that. Actually, you know what? I can just measure one right now. Right there. While I'm doing that, see this, I didn't paint the bottom. I'm just going to go spray paint that real fast because it's going to drive me nuts once I hang on the wall. I'm going to see the bottom of it, so I'm going to pause for a while. Okay, so I got the table saw set up. I'm going to try one pass, depending on how bad it chews this thing up, is if I continue on with the table saw or not. So, here goes.
That's a savings of at least $50. 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. Includes a free exam. That's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Book an exam online today at americasbest.com. And you're on mute.
Nope, not using that. At least on that side. That's not too bad. Should have worn my mask. Sawdust in the eyes. There's one. That cut pretty good. That cut better than the jigsaw did down there. So there's one, and that's the depth, so it goes, I guess it doesn't matter if it goes upside down or not, if I want to look at that or not, so there's one. Kind of want to see if it fits first. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I just painted this side, which is the bottom. So that's the side I just cut, so it goes in, it's upside down. So I'm going to put it in this way for now. Dude, that's pretty good. Get a close up. Sorry for my hand. Like I said, it's upside down, but it still slides. I don't care really that it slides in and out or not, because I don't know if it's going to need to be slid. But it fits. I just got to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. You didn't even see me count the 8. So I'll probably spare you the watching me sit there and cut this thing over and over. So I'm just going to cut 8 real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that one strip wasn't long enough. I have only that much left, which is very short. I got to cut one more shelf. There they are so far. I drilled. You can kind of see the big hole back there. You can kind of see that it's, I just drilled a hole and reamed it out a little bit so I can screw it to one of the studs there on the wall, wherever I decide to put it. But I just need to cut one more corner piece off. So what I'll do is I'll just take one of these out, slap it on the corner and trace around it. Okay. Let's see if I can see that. I am not left-handed, or yeah, left-handed. Whoop. So that's going to go towards the back. Actually.
Today's housing market is moving fast. Move faster with a pre-approval from
There it is.
Trust Credit Union. We stand behind our pre-approval.
So now,
Feel more confident searching for your next home, knowing you have approval on loan and down payment that fits your budget.
paint might still be wet.
Dream home. Be perfect
go.
Online at
Yeah, there it is.
AmericanHomeLoans.com. Equal housing lender, subject to approval.
Did you or someone you know not finish
Right
high
there.
school? If you are 20 or older and finished some
And
10th
then,
grade, you now have a free online option to earn your high school diploma. No matter what reason stopped you from finishing high school, take the step now to get back on track. All courses are 100% online and free. To learn more, visit
Basically like that.
kansasdiploma.com. Again,
You see that?
kansasdiploma.com.
Yeah. Let's go take a closer look in there. Pardon my hand there. And there we go. So, I'm gonna have to label these here somewhere, like the right here, and with my Sharpie, the grit of the sandpapers, right there in the corners, like 800, 600, 320 bar, and right there. And then I'm gonna get a little hook or something, mount to whichever side here. We'll just say right here for now, so then this can wind up and hang from that hook. It'll probably be on this side, just so I can display my cheap Walmart Hyper Tough. So there we go. Now I just got to find a home for it, which may be over here somewhere. Let me play around a little bit. Let me write down my numbers, find a hook, get that on there, and then I'll find a home for it. Because my workbench I still think is going to be over here. So I'll probably mount this guy over here somewhere. Let's play. There we have it. Just use the hook here. Wrap the cord around. It's living up there. Figured I couldn't see down here for that, so I got the 800, 600, 320, 220, 120, 80, and 40. I got another one here for another side I can readjust if I have to get number that goes in the middle there. There it is.
Yeah, because today you're going for it. Maybe your dreams into something real.
So that's not bad.
Official.
Happy.
More like,
It works. It's got a lot of errors in it, but it works.
or whatever. This is a
Thanks for watching.
It's your moment.